let's say uh, I have hired a candidate, okay,
Hmm.
and that person is very new to the project, okay, and suddenly one day there is no one in the office. People have gone for lunch or something like that. You are at the desk and you got a call from the stakeholder, from the user, okay, and the user is very furious, okay,
Hmm.
this on some system issues. So, are you in that position where you can pick up the call and at least you can take that call and you can say that, oh, okay, I understand I'm new to
Hmm.
this project, but I'll definitely check what the issue you're facing. Can
Hmm.
you handle that stakeholder for at least 2-3 minutes? I'm
Hmm.
looking for that BA. The definition of a BA will depend upon what kind of problem you're solving in that project. Okay, so every problem is different, and to approach every problem, the techniques or the way you approach that problem is going to be different, and your definition might change. Is BA the only way to enter into IT? Okay, so why not explore other option? Maybe if you can move into testing, if you're getting an opportunity as a tester, okay, so take that opportunity.
Hmm.
Okay, move
Hmm.
into testing. Okay, because what will happen, as a tester you will enter that IT project or that company, okay,
Hmm.
and you will always have a chance, okay, at least there is some chance that you can convert yourself into a BA, that
Hmm.
your final goal. So
Hmm.
my personal experience would be like, people always thank me especially. I
Hmm.
don't know about other BAs, but I got the respect, I would say.
Hmm. 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 Here I am, bringing you insightful conversations about modern day career opportunities, perspectives, and powerful stories. Welcome to Career Explore. I am your host, Jay Kishore Bayadi. Today, we have with us Mr. Diwakar Singh, a business analyst professional, well known for his insightful posts on LinkedIn. Diwakar is an experienced BA and is the founder of BA Helpline, dedicated to simplifying business analysis through practical examples and guidance. He's also building ZSkill Academy, aimed at helping newcomers to the corporate world. I hope got your correct. I could find this information on LinkedIn. I mean, that's a great
That's
initiative.
correct.
So, Diwakar also has written a book, How to Start Freelancing as a Business Analyst. And as the author of this book, Diwakar empowers professionals to navigate the BA field with confidence. With a passion for breaking down complex concepts, his posts with the real world lessons and insights always attracts a huge engagement on LinkedIn. So, Diwakar, thanks very much for being my guest today, and I welcome you to the show. In this episode of Career Explore, we will talk about securing a BA role or a job and thriving in the job as a BA. Okay, so Diwakar, before we actually start, can you please, tell us about yourself, your journey so far, your, a little bit about your background, and
Sure.
what are the top two aspects you love most about your current job?
Sure, sure. Firstly, thank you so much, Jaya, for inviting me to this podcast. Like, it's been 2 years that I attended any podcast. I was invited for any podcast. So, thank you so much for inviting me as the guest over here. Yeah, so I started my and thank you for your the introduction that you have given. You have covered almost everything, but I'll again summarize from my end. So I
Mhm.
started my journey as a business analyst in 2016 with TCS, and I'm still with TCS. I currently stay in Toronto, Canada, and here I am working as a senior business analyst in TCS, supporting RBC Royal Bank. So yeah, it's been like more than 8.5 years of journey, almost 9 years of journey as a business analyst, and I'm simultaneously building BA Helpline for aspiring and experienced business analysts, through which I am guiding the BAs to succeed in their journey. And at the same time, I'm also building a ZSkill Academy with my co-founder Jason, where we are guiding fresh graduates and final year college students how to help them to get into the corporate world. So that's the vision with ZSkill Academy. And yeah, I also wrote a book on how to start freelancing as a business analyst, because I myself did freelancing in 2020 after the lockdown. And there are a lot of struggles that I
Mm.
initially faced, and I didn't want people to face those struggles, a lot of mistakes I did. So that's a very short book, and I have shared all my mistakes that I did, and what how I actually corrected it, and how I succeeded over there. So yeah, that's the book. And yeah, the best thing about doing business analysis is I call myself as a accidental business analyst. I never
Mhm.
wanted to be a business analyst. I always wanted to be a developer. I had a keen interest in Java. I was studying Java from class 10, I would remember correctly. Yeah,
Oh my
class
God.
10.
Mhm.
Yeah. And my initial training in TCS was also in Java only. So, like, with that mindset, when I completed my initial 3 months of training, I thought that I would get some project where I would be doing coding in Java. But unfortunately, that was not the case. Something else was planned for me, and they gave me the role of a BA. And then after initial again 6 7 months of struggle over there, because coming from a electrical engineering background, and uh, with an interest in Java, and suddenly you are tagged to a role as a BA which you haven't heard of. That
Mhm.
becomes very difficult from the mindset perspective also. So yeah, but there is a saying that when there is no will, the way automatically comes out. So I had no
Yeah.
option.
Hmm.
So I had to continue with that, and I put all my efforts. And from it's been now close to 9 years, and I'm doing business analysis and guiding people. So
Yeah.
that's all about me.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah, great to know about. I mean, you have started coding from the class 10. Okay, that's great to know about because I touched my first computer when I entered my first semester of engineering. It's almost 20 plus years back, so that's good. So so basically, based on your experience currently, right? I mean, as a business analyst, you might have interviewed many business analysts in your career. I mean, if you're, if you need if needed for your team, etc., right? Or so basically, how the things work as a business analyst. So, what are the key skills do employers look for when hiring a business analyst? And as a BA, like for an entry level BA or people who wants to get into a BA, right? They should know, how can they showcase these skills, or whatever that employees look for during their job search.
Yeah, so if this is a question for entry level BA, then let's I will try to answer this from an entry level BA perspective only. I will not answer it from an experienced professional perspective, for an
Mm-hmm.
experienced BA's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So for an entry level BA, I'll again categorize into two parts. One is like what I think after I have interviewed. Yes, you are correct. For our team, we have interviewed a lot of BAs, and then what generally employer thinks, which I came to know about like from other students or candidates. So I'll answer it in two categories.
Mm-hmm.
So when I interview, especially from a fresher, the most important skill that I will look for is number one, communication. Very important. And when I say communication, ability to express yourself, ability to understand what I'm saying. Okay. So that is number one thing. Number two, your passion for business analysis. Like, are you really passionate about the role, or you just want to do it for 6 months and then you want to just leave my project? So I won't hire that kind of person. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So how much passionate you are about the role, how much research you have done about the role. Okay, what is your understanding, how much time actually you have spent about understanding the role. I'm not expecting uh, complete knowledge from you. Okay, you are an entry level aspiring BA, but how much effort you have put, how much passionate you are. Okay, how well you communicate. Okay, and how much zeal you have to work uh, when I hire you. Okay, so that is something which I look into an entry level BA, because rest of the things we can train you. Okay, whichever project, if I am hiring you, I can train you on the system, like what is the system about. Okay, who are our stakeholders. Okay, what we actually do, we can train you on that. Okay, but if you don't have that passion, I can't generate that passion inside you once I hire you. Okay, so I'll not waste my time on those kind of a BA. That is my way of thinking. Now, coming back to second category, what generally employers think, definitely again, all your soft skills are very important. Okay, especially your communication skill. Okay, your problem solving skills. Okay, so when I give you a problem, what is your approach? At least your approach should be correct. Okay, your analytical skills, when I say your decision making skills. Okay, I can give you any random scenario and I can just test your decision making skills, so how good you are on that. Okay, I will not test you on your uh, the BA skills, or I will not ask you some questions on BA. Okay, forget about that. Those things can be learned, or those things can be taught, but these soft skills can't be taught to anyone. Okay, that is my thinking. So generally what I have understood from the other candidates, that what employers do look for in an entry level BA is again your enthusiasm, your passion, your mindset. If you have the correct mindset or not, are you going to work as a BA or not? Or you have just heard about BA and all the the discussions going around the BA, that BA earn a lot, they get a good salary, and they have a good career roadmap. So because of those things, you are just entering into a BA, or you actually want to work as a BA or learn business analysis. So that learning mindset is very important. I would say
Mhm.
that is what employer look for.
Mhm.
That is my understanding. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. I mean, I too agree with you. I mean, soft skills, cannot be taught, and it needs to be. It should come from within, right? I mean, ability to communicate with the stakeholders. For example, the communication skills. I mean, one can tell, what are the strategies, or what are the in what ways you can develop your communication skills. But definitely, to learn, you have to put a lot of effort, and it's just basically a journey, right? So it's a great point you have mentioned. uh, so
If you
basically,
allow me, I'm
yeah,
so sorry. Yeah, if you allow me, I'll just add one quick point over here.
yeah.
Uh, so I'll just explain what I said quickly with the help of an example. Okay, so let's say uh, I have hired a candidate, okay,
Hmm,
and that person is very new to the project, okay, and suddenly one day there is no one in the office. People have gone for lunch or something like that. You are at the desk and you got a call from the stakeholder, from the user, okay, and the
hmm,
user is very furious, okay,
hmm,
this on some system issues. So are you in that position where you can pick up the call and at least you can take that call and you can say that, oh, okay, I understand I'm new to
hmm,
this project, but I'll definitely check what the issue you're facing. Can you
hmm,
handle that stakeholder for at least 2 3 minutes? I'm
hmm,
looking for that BA. I'm not
hmm,
looking for a BA who will just not pick the call and will be afraid, like, oh, what should I
hmm.
say? What? So, I mean, you're understanding to how to react to that situation.
Yes,
I'll be
yes.
looking for that BA.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree with that. So because, yeah, I mean, happy situations. I think managing happy situations is little easier, compared to this difficult situation. So, being in that situation to, understand, what's happening, and react to that reaction, that situation accordingly. I mean, that's one of the core, the character. I mean, I don't know the whether the word character is correct, but it's the kind of a skill a BA should develop, or he has to have that skill. I mean, it's a great point, and great, the example which you have given. So, yeah, I mean, I just wanted to understand, based on your experience, right? I mean, a business analyst wears, a lot of hats. Basically, he could be the, he can act as a project manager. Sometimes he can act as a requirement, the person. He's the so lot of roles. I mean, lot of responsibilities within that umbrella called, business analysis. I mean, right? It's a kind of a job which
Correct.
is which
Yeah.
does, it's not very, tight. We cannot write
Mm,
those as one by one, right? So who is a
correct.
BA according to you, and who is and who is not a BA? So can you give a, at least three four, you know as a BA? Because if I'm a BA,
Mm-hmm.
who am I? I mean, who am I and who is, I mean, who is I'm not. So, if you can explain that, that would be really helpful.
Yeah, definitely. So, firstly, I would say that I never define like a BA. There is no proper definition of a BA according to me, because that changes from
Hmm.
a project to project or where you work. Okay,
Hmm.
because the definition of a BA will depend upon what kind of problem you're solving in that project. Okay, so every problem is different, and to approach every problem, the techniques or the way you approach that problem is going to be different, and your definition might change. But
Hmm.
yes, to answer your question, I'll, with the help of a simple example, I'll tell you, like, according to me, who is a BA and who is not a BA.
Hmm.
A very simple example, let's take apple as a fruit. Okay,
Hmm.
now, if I am a person who wants to, let's say, make apple, it's a very imaginary situation, but let's imagine. Okay, I want
Hmm.
to make apple as a fruit, and if I approach Diwakar and say, Diwakar, I want to make an apple. Okay, and now Diwakar knows, like, okay, what is an apple? Okay, it's a red color thing. Okay, and it's a fruit. And based on my assumption, I go to the person who makes apple and I say that, okay, the user wants an apple, and so
Hmm.
let's build the apple and give it to the user. Okay,
Hmm.
this person, okay, is not a BA according to me. Now I'll tell you who is a BA according to me. So the if the user has come to me that they want an apple, so I'll try to understand what is the apple according to the user, rather than assuming something like that. Okay, this is an apple according to me, and I went to the person who was creating the apple that, okay, let's give the apple. No, that's not a BA. So as a BA, you need to question the user. You need to understand the mindset of the user. Okay, that from where that apple thing is coming. Maybe the user in the mind, they have pineapple, but they are saying, giving the need as an apple. Okay, so we need to help them to understand that need. Do they actually need apple, or in their mind they have created a picture of a pineapple and they are giving us the description of an apple? So we need to understand that. So for
Hmm.
me, if someone does that, that person is a BA, not the first one. In simple words, if I have to explain.
Hmm. 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 Yeah, I mean, that's a great example. Uh, one quick follow-up question. So, do you think, once you are a BA, uh, his job role is just to get the requirements and work with your team and work with testers and, just work with stakeholders? I mean, yeah, in reality, it looks like that.
Mhm,
But uh, but in real, I mean, in the intellectual level, he does much more than that, right? I mean,
mhm,
so don't you think, that is what is the BA, and just doing his mundane tasks. I mean, which anyone can do that, but as a BA
mhm.
with that
True.
specialized skill, right?
Mhm.
What do you think about that? Thought.
A very, very good question and very good pointer, I would say. See, definitely. I mean, if I have to just give you the requirement, okay,
Hmm.
I can give that requirement to anyone. Why should that person be called as a BA?
Yes.
Why to use that term? I can directly connect with the tech person, okay,
Hmm.
the developer,
Hmm.
and I can give the requirement, and
Hmm.
that developer is like more skilled than me, okay,
Hmm.
in
Hmm.
terms of development, in terms of technology. That person can write the code and give. Then why do this role exist? Or I mean, before this role also, I would say, why this process or mindset business analysis exists. There is
Hmm.
something to it, okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
uh, so yes, so I would say, not it's not only to gather the requirement and just pass the requirement to the dev team, which it looks like over the internet that this is what is the role of a BA, but there is lot more than that, lot more than that. So I actually define business analysis. I call it as a game of information. Okay, so how do you are centered around information? How do you get information? How do you analyze information? How do you manage information? How do you explain that information? So that is actually defines, again, not the proper definition, but that completes business analysis. You have to do a lot of things. It's all about analysis. okay, validations, okay, giving the solution, doing feasibility analysis, okay, managing the stakeholders. So how only requirement gathering and giving it to the developer is the role of a bit, just 10-20%. There are a lot that we do in a project, I
Hmm.
would say.
Yeah, that's a great point. So, I mean, so can you share a personal story on, I mean, or an example, where your approach to to become a BA, or I mean, if you are searching for a BA job, right? Uh,
Mhm.
how do you do that? I mean, so basically, your approach to job searching or sustaining your BA role, which actually made a significant impact on your career.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm with TCS like from the starting of my career. So I haven't changed the company, okay.
Hmm.
But I do have appeared in a lot of interviews, okay,
Hmm.
just to test myself where I am, okay, so
Hmm.
that if I am only not in that place, how can I teach others or how can I guide others, okay.
Yes.
So
Hmm.
there are a lot of failure stories also, a lot of success stories also. So you learn from that experience, you gain that experience, so that you can
Hmm.
deliver it to others. So I remember I attended some 17, 18 interviews in 2020. I
Hmm.
didn't want to switch the company. It
Hmm.
was just about just applying and just seeing how the market is and like that. But
Hmm.
ever since 2020, I haven't attended any interview.
Hmm.
So my approach would be, if you're looking for a job, so firstly, uh, how do you apply for the job? So most of the people, they don't have a proper structured way to apply for the jobs. When I say apply for the jobs, generally 9 out of 10 people will say that I have created my profile on Naukri, I have created my profile on LinkedIn, okay, and maybe I am applying to the jobs on LinkedIn. You have a job section on LinkedIn and you apply jobs over there. So this is generally an approach. 9 out of 10 people will follow that approach. But
Hmm.
my first suggestion would be, if I have to apply for the jobs, I would first start with my network. Okay, if people can directly refer me, because
Hmm.
that is the easiest way to like share your resume instead of applying to jobs where thousands of people are applying. So you might not get a chance over there. So first filter out that from your connection, if anyone is hiring, okay, or if you can message your connections that I'm looking for a job, okay, cold email kind of a thing, okay,
Hmm.
cold
Hmm.
writing. Maybe that can work,
Hmm.
that will not work, I don't know, but at least you can try like that. There are a lot of messages that I get, that can you refer in your company, like that. So there is no harm in trying, and I have referred a lot of people, so you can also get referred, okay. And
Hmm.
people got call also. So start from there, okay, and then you apply or create profiles on different portals. Don't just rely on one or two portal, LinkedIn or Naukri. No, you have to maximize your chance, okay, because there are so many people in the market who are looking for you, especially if I refer to the BA thing. So your application, okay, it's very important. So start from your connection, start from your network, start from your known ones, if they can refer you to their companies or any openings, okay, because that is, I mean, the quickest way to get a call. Second would be to create your profiles on all these job portals and be very active on it, okay. Not just today I applied 10 jobs and then after a week I'm again going and applying 10 jobs. No, every day you have to apply. If required, you apply 100 jobs, 1,000 jobs, okay, apply. And when you apply also, don't just randomly apply with one resume, okay. Customizing is very important. Again, resume is a very important thing, okay, and
Hmm. Hmm.
customizing the resume is very important, because if you're not customizing it, doesn't make any sense as from ATS perspective, okay. You're not going to get shortlisted, okay. So that is also very important to understand the technicality behind the application. So that would be the next step, okay. uh, you're customizing your resume and you're applying. And then third, I would say, if I'm not, despite this, if I'm not getting a call, okay, after like few weeks, I should try for an alternate option also. So when I say alternate, I'll tell you, most of the people, they make mistake. I want to start my career as a BR, I want to move into a BA, something like that. But is BA the only way to enter into IT? Okay, so why not explore other option? Maybe if you can move into testing, if you're getting an opportunity as a tester, okay, so take that opportunity, okay,
Hmm.
move
Hmm.
into testing, okay, because what will happen, as a tester, you will enter that IT project or that company, okay, and
mm,
you will always have a chance, okay, at least there is some chance that you can convert yourself into a BA, your
mm,
final goal, okay.
mm, mm,
But instead of this, if you're just struggling, you're not getting a BA job, and you are just struggling from last 1 year, and I mean, you are, I mean, if you're not getting that, okay, so why not explore other option? Like, why to get demotivated and frustrated that you're not getting a BA job? So explore other options also. So that will be my approach if I am today looking for, and that's same approach I did in 2020. I
mm,
started asking for referrals. Okay, people referred me, and I got some of the calls from the referral.
mm,
I was very active in the application. Believe me, I created an Excel and I was tracking it like every day. How many jobs I applied? Okay, what was
mm,
the job description? Every copy pasting everything in Excel. I was tracking it. So
mm,
today I applied to 150 jobs. Okay,
mm,
I
mm,
had applied to 150 jobs when I say on in
mm,
a day. Okay,
mm, mm,
and every time I was customizing it, okay, the resume, so it may sound like fake, I was not customizing, no, I was customizing it, okay. And
mm,
like today's time, it's very easy to customize. You have chat gpt, you have other AI tools, you have job scan, there's so many platforms are there, okay.
mm,
So it doesn't take time, okay, but at that time I was doing it manually.
mm,
So
mm,
yes, I have done that, okay. So
mm,
yeah, if you put so much of effort, you are definitely going to get a call. And now
mm,
getting a call is very important, and then comes your preparation, how you prepare for that particular interview. But
mm.
I think I feel that initial challenging challenge is on getting a call. People don't get calls. They apply to
Yeah.
thousands of jobs and they're not getting calls. Because I usually get, my LinkedIn is full of messages like, I have been applying from last 3 months, 4 months, 5 months,
Mm,
not getting any calls. Okay,
mm,
can you review the resume? And I'm reviewing the resume. Resume is good. See,
mm,
there is no harm in resume. I mean, there
mm,
is no mistake in resume. It's good. Okay,
mm,
no resume is best or no resume is worst. It's not like that. Okay,
mm,
so
mm,
sometimes you have to change your approach. So understand, if something is not working, so change your approach. Look for
mm,
alternate options. I would
mm.
say.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I totally agree with that. Uh, you have covered a lot of points which I was supposed to ask in my subsequent questions. But one question I would like to say, I mean, if you want to give some one or two tips in customizing resume, right? And how do you do that? So basically, see, let's say, is it matching your skills based on the job description mentioned? Okay, so can you just quickly, I
Mhm.
mean, give us, I mean,
Yeah. Yes.
give read, the people who are watching this or listening to this podcast, with some example so that they can
Yeah.
understand it, and
Yeah.
they can apply in
Yeah.
reality.
Yeah. So I'll cover it in two parts. First
Mm,
is what, and then how. Or
mm,
how do we do it, and then firstly what we do it, and then how do we do it. Okay.
mm,
So when we say customizing your resume, let's say there is a job description. Okay,
mm,
simple, and let's say in the job description, it is mentioned that Microsoft Excel is mandatory. Okay,
mm, mm,
uh, or knowledge of structured query language is mandatory. Okay,
mm,
let's
mm,
take this.
mm,
Now in my resume, okay, I have mentioned the skill as SQL. Okay,
mm,
but in the job description, it's written structured query language. Okay.
mm,
Now
mm,
ATS, that's a bot. Okay. Now
mm,
if I compare structured query language with SQL, okay, it's
mm,
not going to give me a match. Okay.
mm, mm,
So I'm going to lose my points over there.
mm,
So when
mm,
I say customizing my resume, so
mm,
number one is exactly how the keywords are used in the job description.
mm,
Use that keyword in your resume. Okay,
mm,
that is
mm,
number one thing.
mm, mm,
Number two thing, second point is, when I say customizing, so don't exactly copy it in your resume if it doesn't make sense or you're not prepared for it. For an
mm, mm,
example, um, having knowledge on investment products or something like that, and I haven't worked on those kind of things, domain based things. Okay,
mm, mm, mm,
so don't customize, don't just blindly copy paste those things. Okay,
mm,
so those skills which you can manage in the interview, which you can prepare if you think. Okay, so those skills, I would say, exactly use it, copy and paste it in your resume. So that
mm,
will increase your ATS score,
mm,
and that will give you, I mean, it will maximize your chance. So basically, how does this work is, let's say if I have to do a hiring, and I have prepared a job description and I posted it on, let's say, some XYZ portal. Okay, now I have given the condition over there. Okay, that okay, if any resume matches 80% of this job description, shortlist and forward that resume only. Okay, so out of all the 1,000 applicants, okay, whichever matches 80%, okay, those resume will only be shortlisted to me. Okay, so that's how the ATS is helping the hiring manager or recruiters. Okay, I don't have to waste my time on manually checking those 1,000 applicants. So now you have to be smart enough to, now you don't know that how much percentage is like given by the recruiter. Okay, it's 80, it's 70, or it's 75. Okay, but on an average, you can take that 80 to 85% of matching you can do. Exactly 100% also you don't do. I have seen one few candidates doing it, and they got a call 100%. They have copied pasted the job description entirely in their resume, and he got a call, but he was not able to crack that interview because so many domain based tools were mentioned over there, which I did not hear before. And like from the internet also, he was not getting much info. He was not prepared for that. So don't do that mistake. Okay, so when I say customizing it, so customize the keywords which you can prepare on that. Okay, that is number one thing. Now, how to do it? So there are a lot of tools. ChatGPT is best. You can take the free version of ChatGPT, and you can just paste the job description, and you can give the prompt over there. You can upload your resume, and you can give the prompt over there that customize the resume as per this job description by matching the keywords. I want an ATS score of 80%, 85%. You can give this prompt, and it will do the rest of the thing. Or you can, if you want to spend a little bit, you can spend on like job scan. Like that's a very good tool where you can like upload your resume, paste the job description, and it will do rest of the things. It will customize, it will give you in few seconds. So that is one thing. But do revisit it when it customize these AI tools. Don't blindly trust on these AI tools. So after that, do a thorough check, and that's how you customize, I'll say.
Yeah. I mean, that's a real great insight. I mean, see, basically, sometimes it's not only rewriting. It's basically, you need to think about how tools will match. So basically, sometimes what happens, see, as a recruiter, I have seen some of the resumes who candidates exactly copy paste from the JDs. So I when I interview and I read my own written job description, right? So yeah, I mean, he has done a job. I mean, it's a good thing, but you will also have to apply a little bit of a brain, where you need to basically communicate, use the right keywords there, but you need to little bit
Yes.
yeah. So
align it with your experience.
Yeah, experience. Yeah, I mean, that will be the really needed, and it's a great strategy, Diwakar. I mean, I liked that approach what you have described. So, Diwakar, so we customize the resume and apply. We got a call. Okay, so we attend the interview. Right. You have also mentioned about, you need to prepare, accordingly, as per your CV, right? I mean, so basically, when you are attending an interview, right? I mean, more than your BA skills, don't you think you need to study your resume first? Because you will be saying something, your resume will be saying something else. So when you in this, you will be applying, like you said, 250 jobs, and you won't remember sometimes what you have actually written, or which version of the CV actually you have applied for this. So can you just give me one or two strategies to prepare for the interview? Basically, I mean, experienced people, obviously, I mean, they will have their own strategy, but people who are trying to get into BA, if you are
yeah. So it's a very good pointer. Like when you apply for 200, 300 jobs, you will forget with which resume you have applied. So that's where my Excel thing will work over there.
Exactly.
Where I have, where I have tracked everything, like which resume I have applied for that particular job. And if I get a invite from that particular job, so I know that, okay, this is the resume. But it's a very good point. I have also observed many people, they're not aware about like what resume they sent. Okay. And most of the people, like when they come for my one-to-one interview preparation service, like
mm,
they have just given any random resume, and now they are saying like, can you help me prepare? Like, how can I help you prepare? What resume you have given? You have mentioned everything from the JD, which
mm,
your experience is not there, which I have also not worked on those
mm,
particular tools or domain. Okay, so how can I guide you? Okay,
mm,
so that becomes very difficult. So that's why customization is very important, and tracking how the way you track your resume. Okay, so that is very important. Blindly copy pasting or customizing the point that you raised, that as a recruiter you see that okay, this is a job description and same thing is there in the resume, so that is not going to work.
mm,
So yeah, so my approach for the preparation would be definitely from the resume, because the resume is the first thing that the interviewer is going to look. Okay, because that is in front of me. If I am hiring you, I have your resume in front of you. Okay, and whatever you have mentioned. Okay, so I would be interested in knowing that if certain skills you have mentioned it. Okay, so how have you used that skill? Okay, or what do you know about that skill? There are two things. Okay, maybe you know about that skill, or you know and you have applied that. Okay,
mm, mm,
whatever is the case, I would like to understand that. Secondly, the responsibilities that you have mentioned in the company. Okay, so I
mm,
would like to understand what kind of projects you have done. Okay, so yes, preparing. So the preparation can be in three ways, I would say, or three categories, I would say. Number one is based on your resume. Whatever you have mentioned in your resume, at least you should be in a position that you speak something on that. Okay, if not, then you are wasting your time. Okay, something I have written and I'm like blank, I don't know anything, I can't speak even a single sentence on that, so that doesn't make sense. Okay, so at least something you should prepare, okay, on that. Secondly would be how you prepare your projects, because I'll tell you the 18 interviews that I appeared in 2020.
mm,
In every interview, okay,
mm,
after introduction, the second question was on the project. What kind of project you have done? Okay,
mm,
so we would
mm,
like to understand more about your project and what were your responsibilities as a BA in that project. Okay, because that is the question from where I will understand like how have you like played your part as a BA, because every project is different. Maybe the project that I am hiring, the responsibilities might be different. But at least I will try to understand what you have done in your past project. So most of the people, they don't prepare their project properly. Okay, now if I randomly like, if you don't prepare and if I ask you that in an interview, the first thing, human mindset. Okay, you will be
mm,
confused. Okay,
mm,
you will be
mm,
blank. Okay, you will just be diverted, and randomly you will say something. Okay, I was working in this project, this was there. Okay, I did this, I did that. Okay, it will not be in a structured manner. But if you prepare it beforehand, okay, let's say there are three companies that I have shown in the resume. Okay, and those three companies, let's say I've worked on six projects, two
mm,
projects in each company. So I have a full narration of my project, what I have done, and I have aligned it with a, there can be two things. Either you are a
mm,
BA or you're showing yourself as a BA. You're
mm,
faking. Okay, there
mm,
can be two things. Okay,
mm,
so but that preparation is important for both BA and for a non-BA. Okay,
mm,
that
mm,
story, that narration is very important. How you are narrating yourself. Okay, so
mm,
preparation about the project is very important. Secondly, I would say to tackle scenario-based questions. Okay, many BAs and non-BAs also, I have seen that when you get a question, you just try to answer it very theoretically. Okay,
mm, mm,
maybe that can work, but if I am the interviewer, okay, uh, I would be more interested in understanding how can you apply that technique, or where have you applied that technique, because knowing theoretically will not help me. That is there on internet. So let's say let's take a simple example, gap analysis. Okay,
mm, mm,
now if I'm asking you what is gap analysis, okay, and if you're just defining it, gap analysis, that anyone can define that. I Why do I need to hire a BA for that? Okay, but I want you to show me that how have you done gap analysis in your project, when have you done, where have you done, okay, how have you done, what was the outcome of that. Okay, so that then I will get a confidence on you that tomorrow if I hire you, and if you come across any sort of gap in the project, okay, then what will be your approach, because you are experienced in doing gap analysis. Okay,
mm,
so that is a difference in people, like how they answer questions in the interview, and this will not come in the interview directly. Okay, you have to prepare for these topics. Okay, like which example you are going to use where, if such
mm,
kind of questions come, or if
mm,
questions come around that, not exactly that, but if it
mm,
comes around that, okay, this is the scenario that I'll use, this is the example that I'll use. Okay, so every answer that you give, it has to be like from your experience. So share your experience rather than giving it an answer. It should be from a storytelling perspective that you're sharing your experience. Then I think that will create a positive impression on the recruiter, and maybe that can increase your chance. I don't guarantee it because interviews are not guaranteed. There are a lot of other
Yes.
factors, but at least that will create a positive impression.
Yeah.
That would
No,
be my approach.
yeah, I totally agree with you, and you have made the excellent point. So basically, rather than going as a or rather than giving theoretical answer, create a story. I mean, create a story, or tell your story. Basically, BS needs to know actually, how to create a story, build a story, right? I mean, it is not just user story. I mean, they should narrate a story. So, I mean, that is basically kind of a soft skill. I mean, it's not everyone can do that, but but they can develop it. So, whether it is a written communication, or your the oral communication. If you learn to tell the story, people will listen to you, and people will actually value you. I mean, that will definitely work in interviews as well, most of the times. I mean,
Correct.
that is my experience. So Diwakar, now let's say I got a job as a BA. Okay, I secured my job. Okay, what next? I mean, how I can prepare in a job? I know I don't have much experience, but I mean, I know I have done some kind of course, or some kind of a reading I have done. So how I can successfully navigate the first 90 days in a new role? How I can sustain. Now we are in the sustaining as a BA.
Mhm. A very, very important question, and it's not only when you join as a BA for the first time. Every time you change the project, every project comes with its own set of challenges, and every time you'll have to settle yourself. It will take some time, even for an experienced BA. It takes time to settle in some project. Okay,
Mm,
maybe that it's not 3 month time; it can be 1 month time. Okay, so
mm,
still
mm,
today, if I change a project, okay, I'll have to like take some time to settle in that project, especially when you change domain. Okay, it becomes more difficult in that case. So my initial advice would be that when you join any project, okay, especially I'll tell you what mistakes people do. They start looking for courses which can help them to learn the domain of that project. Okay, they
mm,
start from there. Okay, can I get some courses? Okay,
mm,
see, you need to understand domain is an ocean. Okay, and if you start understanding an ocean, it will take ages to understand an ocean. Okay, so
mm,
that's a very wrong approach. So
mm,
when you join a project, okay,
mm,
the first thing that you should do is try to know your team first. Okay, who your team is, or in
mm,
other
mm,
words, who your stakeholders are. Okay, the rest, 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, whatever you have planned, with whom you are going to spend your time daily in that project. So
mm,
understand that identifying the stakeholders are very important. It can be your team member, it can be your users. Okay, it can be other teams who are connected to your project. Okay, so understand that understanding is very important. Okay, second, I would say, try to understand the project. Then what is this project about? Don't forget about the domain and everything. Okay, where that project is falling, try to understand first the project. What is this project? Okay, if there are any uh, project level documentations available. Okay, again, it can be this answer might not fit everywhere because every project is different, and I'm just taking an example, and I'm answering this question. So if there are any project level documentations, okay, so just go through those, checking those documents. Okay, so take an understanding of the project, what actually you are doing in you will do in this project. Okay,
mm,
that will be my second step in the project. Now once you understand the project, then try to understand where this project actually fits in that domain, in that ocean. Okay, so now you have filtered out the rest of the ocean and you are in that part. Okay, that project fits in that section of the domain. Okay, so then you try to understand, if you want to, not learning, I would say, if you want to understand, if you want to make yourself aware about that domain, so understand in that particular area only, because your project fits in that particular domain. See, no one is giving you an award to learn that domain. Okay,
mm,
but you have to deliver that project, you have to work in that project. So learn that much that can help you to deliver in that project as a BA. Okay,
mm,
that
mm,
should be your mindset, I would say.
mm,
Now once you have done that, okay, then try to understand your responsibilities as a BA. See, like I said, in every project your responsibilities might differ. Okay, you might be like you said, you wear multiple hats. Okay, so you might
mm,
have to wear multiple hats, okay, which you haven't done in your past project. Okay, so in this project, maybe project is expecting a lot from you. Apart from business analysis, they are also expecting data analysis from you. Okay,
mm,
and
mm,
you are not a expert in data analysis, so try to upskill yourself in the data analysis. Okay, what sort of analysis I have to do, what kind of data is involved in this project. Okay, I have to be a data analyst also over here. Oh my god. Okay,
mm,
so I have to learn these things also. Okay, I have to learn Python. Oh, okay, for that. So try to understand what all things you need to learn. Okay,
mm, mm,
in that particular project. So understanding responsibilities and expectation from the project is also very important. Okay, rather than uh, you can't go with that mindset that, oh, I haven't done data analysis in my past project, so I will not do that. No,
mm,
that
mm,
is not an option for you. Okay,
mm,
that project is expecting to you to do data analysis. You have to do. Okay, otherwise someone else will replace you. Okay,
mm,
for sure. Okay,
mm,
so initial 90 days, not 90, I don't know how much time you're going to take, but
mm,
initially try to settle yourself in the project. And the best thing is, once you're new in the project, you are allowed to ask a lot of questions. Okay,
mm,
you're
mm,
free to ask a lot of questions. You can question anyone,
mm,
and and you always have that excuse that I'm new to the project, I'm
mm,
trying to
mm,
understand things. So utilize that excuse. Okay,
mm,
and
mm,
utilize that in a positive way. Okay,
mm,
trying to
mm,
understand the project, trying to understand the systems involved, trying to understand the downstream, upstream, whatever is your in that particular project. So understand everything about the project. Okay,
mm.
and then once you feel settled that, okay, now is something I know about the project. Okay, then you can start delivering whatever is being expected out of you. But initially, I would say your focus should be understanding your stakeholders, understanding the project. Okay, understanding what is expected out of you from this particular project till the time you are going to work in this project. That would be my advice.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a great approach. Especially, I liked, and I totally agree with your, thought process of, understanding domain, as much as required. It's a kind of a just in time, then slowly build. Today, you will be in a telecom company. I mean, a project doing for a telecom company. Then, tomorrow you may be doing for a manufacturing company. So, there may be, domain experts, but as a BA, becoming an expert in all the domains, I mean, maybe one or two domains you can become, but in all domains it's not possible. So
Not
build that
possible.
domain as per the project needs, and build on from there. I mean, that's a great advice. uh, so basically, yeah, I mean, now I'm in the project, and I'm settled now. Okay, so I'm doing my BA job, and I started experiencing the positives and negatives of my role. Okay, so do you think a business analysis is one of the most kind of a thankless job, or the most disrespected job? What is your take?
No, I don't.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll share my personal views on it. I don't know what should be the answer for this, or what is
Mhm,
the answer
mhm,
like on internet, or what people will give. But I'll share my experience. Like, I don't feel that like I was ever disrespected. I felt that out of all the roles, BA was most respected. People used to look up to
mhm,
BA, like users and
mhm,
the other stakeholders, and like we are communicating with every department, every other team members. So I think I felt very respected. I mean,
mhm,
and all the appreciations and all those things that come, that first used to come to me, and then I used to pass it to my dev team. Like,
mhm,
okay, no, it's
mhm,
everyone's
mhm,
effort. It's not only BA's effort. So
mhm,
my personal experience would be like, people always thank me, especially. I don't
mhm.
know about other BAs, but I got the respect, I would say.
No, the thing is, I have, I keep reading. It's sometimes it becomes a thankless job, because some
Mm,
people, those who don't understand the BA roles, right? I mean, they think they
mm,
are
mm, mm,
the note takers, they are the requirement
mm,
gatherers. Okay, so for every meeting they invite, and they ask or expect BAs to take notes and
mm,
write the beautiful
true.
meeting minutes, all those stuff. So in
Mm,
that context, I just asked. Yeah, I mean, it is a respectable role, because success of the project is is lies with you. I mean, one wrong move can, derail the entire project, because everything is depend on you, right? If you capture one requirement wrongly, I mean, and without any validation, if you deliver, then it will be a
I think
problem.
you wrote a book, Captain. There is a term called captain in that. Yeah, I like that term, captain.
Yeah, yeah,
Captain of a
yeah.
team.
I wrote that book.
Mm.
So basically, the idea there was, I just wanted to compare between, the project manager is called as the, the captain of the ship, right? Captain of the project. But, the BA is the person actually doing the entire thing from the behind, while, supporting the, project manager. A project manager can be the real captain, the official captain of the ship, but
Mm.
BA is the real captain who is sitting, managing everything, along with project
Mm.
manager, stakeholders, your development team, everything. So that's the context there. Okay, so thanks for mentioning that book. Okay, so I think,
Right.
yeah. So
I like that. Yeah.
yeah, so basically, uh, uh, when I'm practicing as a business analyst, right? I mean, it's not that, you are in a project for a long time, you may be in a support project, or, the continuous, project which goes for long, right? I mean, you are in a kind of a comfort zone now. I mean,
Mm.
customer, right? Some good you're doing. But this comfort zone at this point in time, right? I mean, this global, it's AI, the era of AI now. So
Mhm.
how you can add continuously, add value to your organization to maintain your, the job security, or, or, relevancy of your role in a competitive
Mhm.
environment like this. So, what exactly as a BA I need to do? Okay, I have a job, I'm doing good. All my variable pays are coming because I'm billable now, and project customer is happy. He's extended the project for next 2 years. I'm in a comfortable
Mhm.
position. Okay, so but it's not the time to sit quietly, right? So how you want a BS to wake up to this new times, and stay relevant, and have that job security.
Yeah, so definitely, I mean, upskilling yourself is definitely something that I would definitely recommend to everyone. And
Mhm.
I also myself keep on upskilling. I spend a lot of time in doing a lot of research on maybe some new tools, AI tools, okay?
Mhm.
Especially AI, okay, when this AI thing has been very popular. So, I mean, I say that. Yes, you once you become comfortable in the project, like I can take my example, like now I am very much comfortable because this project I joined in 2022, so it's been
Mhm.
more 2 years, okay, more than 2 years. So yeah, I know in and out, and like it's I know how the release process work and what actually this project is, who are my users, okay, and what kind of requirements are going to come, and all those things I know, okay. I'm very much comfortable over here, but at the same time, you should also focus on like how can you add extra value in this project, okay,
Mhm. Mhm.
through various methods. It can be in any form of value addition, okay. See,
Mhm.
apart from the requirements that you are delivering, okay, apart
Mhm.
from
Mhm.
all your day-to-day tasks that you are doing, okay, apart from that, what value you can add, okay. Like I can explain this with an example, okay.
Mhm.
So the current project where I am right now, okay, especially I will not take the name.
Mhm.
Okay, so yeah, the project where I am right now, so here they when I joined the project, okay, they didn't had any sort of documentations, okay. They didn't believe on documentation. I don't know whether they believed or not. Believe is the correct word. Did not had any documentation. The process was completely disrupted. I mean, it was not a streamlined process, and they had their backlog ready, okay. From last 5 months they were only creating the backlog, okay. They were
Mhm.
only raising items in Jira. There was no release, there were no changes being done, okay.
Mhm.
And then I was introduced in the project in 2022 at that time when someone left the project, okay, that BA.
Mhm.
So when I joined the project, it became very difficult for me to understand the project. Like I said, initially first try to understand the project, okay, from the documentations that are available. There was no documentations available in that project. Okay, it was
Mm,
very difficult task. Okay, so what I did is after understanding the project and after delivering all the requirements, okay, after doing releases, okay, so how I added value in that
mm,
particular project. So I started doing documentations. Okay, I started doing process flow documentation, system level documentations. Okay, that can, so tomorrow if I leave, okay, if
mm,
someone comes in the project, okay, and yeah, today I'm there, but yeah, new BAs join in the project, so it becomes very difficult for them to. It becomes very easy for them to understand. You don't have to spend time on gating.
mm,
Everything I have prepared. So
mm,
you send that document, okay,
mm,
and they know in and out everything. Okay,
mm,
because
mm,
I have
mm,
prepared it from a BA perspective. Okay,
mm,
so as a business analyst, I added value in that way. Okay, apart from what my client expected, and they were very happy. Like, okay, Diwakar, you have done this a wonderful job. So many documentations you have created. Now it's become easy for anyone. Okay, like
mm,
we can also refer anytime this the document, and we can understand about the process and everything. Okay,
mm,
so in same way, you need to understand what extra value you can add so that you can prove your relevance in the team apart from the work that you are doing. Okay, secondly, I would say upskilling is very important. Okay, people still today don't use especially in terms of AI. If I say they don't know how to use the AI tools. Okay,
mm,
uh, now again it depends like whether those tools will be used in your project or not. That is a different thing. Whether you are allowed to utilize AI in your project. Like in my project, no, it's not allowed, and I don't see it coming in next 5 6 years. Okay,
mm,
they're not going to use it in the bank. Okay,
mm,
uh, so in that case, definitely you will not be able to use those tools. Okay, but
mm,
let's say when you are changing, okay, you are going into a new company, new project, and there you are allowed to use the tools,
mm,
and at
mm,
that time you are not in that position to use the tools. Okay,
mm,
and you are spending 6 7 hours in doing something which
mm.
can be done in 1 hour using those tools. Why
Mm.
should I hire you? Why should I keep you?
Yeah,
I
yeah, I
should
agree.
be I
Mm,
should be taking a BA who can do that in 1 hour, because I can take multiple projects.
mm,
So I have to think about the company, the growth of the company, and you
mm,
are taking 7 hours to do that thing. Okay,
mm.
with the existence of AI. So why should I take you? I'll throw you out of the company. So you'll not be relevant over there. Okay, so
Yeah,
whatever technology or these tools that comes, okay, even if you're not getting the opportunity, but keep yourself up to date. Okay,
yeah,
learn those things and keep it up to date. Whenever you get that chance, use that.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with that. And yeah, I mean, I don't have any words, words in the sense, I don't have any comments on this because
Mm.
sometimes BS needs to be selfish, right? It's, in your example, they're not using AI. So that doesn't mean I don't have to learn AI, right? I mean, I have to learn because that is the new demand and you have to learn. And maybe if it is compliant in your project, you can become a champion
Mm.
of that. I mean, you can suggest them how, where you can introduce AI and you can showcase them. That way
Yeah,
you can
very good.
show your leadership skills as well, right? BAs are
Very
always
good.
almost they're leaders as well. So
Yeah.
those things, the new things you need to introduce. That's a good point, Diwakar. Thanks so much for bringing up that example. So, what is the biggest challenge you have faced so far in your career? I mean, I just wanted to understand. I mean, as a BA, right? What is the most common or biggest challenge normally? I mean, based on your experience, you can explain this. Normally, a BA's face when they enter into BA. I mean, I'm settled here. I'm settled in the project. I'm doing good, but still, they may face challenge. What are those biggest challenges which normally comes, and you should be always prepared for that.
See, from my experience, I'll
Mm,
answer this question. The biggest challenge that if I keep on the top is the domain challenge. Definitely that I have faced, because I changed a lot of domains. I don't like to work in one particular domain. I don't want to be an expert in a particular domain,
mm,
because I want to explore business analysis in different domains. That is my mindset of doing. People may disagree to this. But yeah, so biggest challenge is domain. Like I started from HRMS domain, then moving to insurance, then I did freelancing in some different domain, event management. Okay, I remember sports, some sort of that sector also I worked. Okay, so biggest challenge for me, and then right now I'm into capital market over here. So biggest challenge for me is to the initial few months in that particular domain, because that really becomes very difficult. Okay, you're not aware about the things. Okay, what they're speaking. Okay, sometimes you're scared, like, oh, okay, whether should I ask this question or not. Okay, what actually they are saying. Okay,
Mm.
and you try to search on Google, you don't get anything. Okay, not relevant thing you don't get in Google. So that becomes very difficult, I would say. And I know that this role comes with a challenge, but your mindset, you should have that mindset to tackle that challenge. Okay, and now since I have got so much of experience of moving into different domain, tomorrow if I have to move into any domain, so I will have that mindset. I know that the challenge will come, but that will not stop me from tackling that challenge. So that is one of the biggest challenge that I would say. Second challenge, I'll mention one, two, three challenge, whatever is in my mind right now. So
Mhm.
second, I would say convincing the users. Okay,
Mhm.
uh, what they have come up with the requirement, and you actually feel that no, this is not a requirement, or this is actually not adding any value to them. Okay, and their way of thinking is wrong over here. So convincing them is very difficult at that time, because of when a person comes with, like, if I come with that mindset, okay, Jay, I need this, I want to do this. Okay, and if you start convincing me that no, you don't need to do this, so I will not be in that mindset to easily get convinced by you. Okay, so that is something I would say, second challenge. Third challenge, I would say, when you work in big projects, okay, it is very difficult to manage the people in such a big project. Manage in the sense, let's say, if I have to get a information, okay,
Mm.
especially in current project where I'm in right now, in banks it is so difficult to get that information. Okay,
Mm. Mm.
you start asking that person will route you to another person, that
Mm.
person will route you to another person. Okay,
Mm.
and it's a very difficult job to get that information. Okay,
Mm.
no, I am not that, I don't know about that, you can connect with this, I don't know about that, you connect with this. So information gathering, okay, that is really a very big challenge for me, I will, if I have to say. So these are one
Mm.
to three challenge, I would say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, in fact, all these three I have also faced in my career. It's like a government office sometimes, right? I mean, because but you have to get the information, otherwise
Yeah, yeah,
project will not move, and the pressure will
yeah,
be on you. I mean, that's your
correct.
job. Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, that's a challenge, and you need to actually see how you can work around different tactics to get those information, all those stuff. I mean, it's a great discussion so far, Diwakar. So one last, one thing, if you want to say to aspiring or maybe BAs who just entered into the workforce, right? I mean, what do you? I mean, what is your, one advice if you want to give?
yeah, so definitely. So I'll explain this with an example. Let's say,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to learn mathematics, I'm saying, if
Mm.
you want to learn maths, if you just read the formula, okay,
Mm.
that is not going to help you. You have
Mm.
to actually practice it, how to
Mm.
use that formula. Okay,
Mm.
so my advice would be to, if you do any course, okay,
Mm.
doesn't matter from where you do. Okay, if you do
Mm.
any course, okay, uh, take some case studies and solve that. Okay,
Mm.
apply that. Okay,
Mm.
and believe me, now you can use chat gpt and you can create so many case studies. Okay, if
Mm.
you do correct prompting, okay,
Mm.
chat gpt will create you some wonderful case studies on which you can work. Okay,
Mm. Mm.
so application part, a lot of aspiring bas don't focus. Okay, they think that, although I'm not saying that in the interview you will be asked to something demonstrate practically or not from, but that will build your self confidence. Okay,
Mm.
when you learn something, apply that. Okay, let's say you learned process flow modeling. Okay, you learned bpmn. Okay, now do the modeling, do some process flow mapping. So when you do it, you will
Mm.
understand, okay, learning theory is very different, and when I'm doing it, okay, my hands are getting stuck, or I'm not able to drag that icon in the
mm,
whichever tool you are using, okay. But so that is very important. So my advice would be, so when you focus on learning, learn both the aspects of it, the theoretical part and the application part. And there are so many ways to apply that practically, okay. And second thing, for aspiring BAs, I understand that business analyst is a role where you want to land up to, but if there are other alternative ways, okay, do explore that. Don't just rely on this particular, like I gave you the example, okay.
mm,
If
mm,
somehow you can enter into IT, okay, if that
mm,
is
mm,
possible, if you're seeing that there is a way to enter into IT, enter that, okay.
mm,
You're
mm,
just beginning your career, you have so many years to come, okay. You
mm,
can definitely, there will be a chance that you can move to BA later, okay.
mm, mm,
But if you just stop yourself, no, I'll wait for the, I'm not saying you, it's up to you, you can wait for that right opportunity, okay. You can
mm.
spend invest your time, that much time if you have. But if not, then don't waste your time, okay. Look for alternate option to enter into IT, or which can lead you eventually into a BA space. Do
Mm.
explore that option. That would definitely be my advice.
Yeah, yeah. That's wonderful. Somehow enter and prove yourself. I mean, you're capable, and see the way, the real way to your goal, right? I mean, later. So yeah, I mean, it's a great strategy. Sometimes waiting also helps, but if you're
Hmm.
confident and if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have your means, you can wait. But if you want to build that multiple experience, because for BAs, those wherever you entered, right, you will learn something, and that is also will be helpful in your BA career as well. I mean, whatever experience you gather for BAs, it's valuable, and you can translate those experience into a BA, and you can showcase that experience in a BA's format, or as a BA, right? And you can get into BA roles as well. I mean, that's a great advice, Diwakar. And I've been enjoying, and I've been this conversation, and so there are a lot of valuable inputs which you have given, which will be helpful for everyone who are looking for jobs, or who are wanting to change the career, or build some successful career. This tip, whatever the tips you have given, it's basically evergreen. Obviously the situation scenarios may change, but the basic fundamentals what we have taught, basically I'm using that taught because you have really teached many things today. So it's really
Thank
wonderful.
you so
and
much.
I know I'd like to thank you so much for my being
Thank you so much.
for being my guest. And I would like to thank you, and I would like to wish all the best for your all the
Thank you so
endeavors,
much.
those ventures, ZSkill Academy and your BA helpline. Thank you so much, and have a good Friday there
Thank
in
you so much,
India.
Jaya.
Enjoy the
Thank you.
weekend coming up.
Thank you so much, Jaya. It was wonderful speaking to you and knowing you. And maybe we can do more podcast in future if you invite me.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
No, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I
Yeah,
wish you all the very best. Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Jaya.
you very much.